Good evening. I am John Ceretto, and I'm a member of the Niagara County Legislature. I'm proud to join my colleague Jerry Farnham today in introducing a resolution opposing a wrong-headed bill in the New York State Legislature that would require collective bargaining for short-term day labor hired on our local farms. Understand, this bill, Assembly Bill 1867B and Senate Bill 2247B, has nothing to do with unions and the right of our workers to organize, and everything to do with typical dysfunctional and downstate politicians advocating positions that would cripple our local economy here. As someone who has worked closely with unions in the past, let me tell you this. This bill is insulting because it trivializes everything local organized labor has fought for. Anyone who understands growing seasons and the burden placed on our local farmers to harvest their crops in a narrow window understand the bad thinking behind this bill. Small family farms, apple, peach orchards in eastern Niagara County, and our rich berry patches hire additional help for short periods of time. And they ask those hands to put in long days. That's what farmers do. They get up with the sun and stop working when the sun goes down. This bill would impose collective bargaining, 8-hour workdays, and shortened work weeks on our farmers. That's just not how our small family farmers work. I have to note that the chief sponsors of this bill in both the Assembly and the Senate are from Queens. Now, I've been to Queens. It's a fine place to go watch the Mets play baseball. But I don't recall a single farm there. On the other hand, in Niagara County, we have 801 farms. I have to think our friends from the Queens may not be the most qualified individuals to tell our Niagara County farmers how to run their farms. For that reason, we'll be asking our colleagues to join us in voicing our opposition to this bill. No one wants more than us for farm workers to be treated with dignity. But if the Assembly and the Senate want to regulate farm labor, maybe they should ask someone who actually farms for some advice on how to best do it. Thank you. I'm going to now turn it over to my friend and colleague, Jerry Farnham. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Good evening. I'd like to say that I'm pleased to be here today standing with my colleague opposing this bill, but frankly, I don't even know why we even need to be here. Only a dysfunctional leadership of New York State Assembly could actually advance a bill that is so bad for agriculture in the state where agriculture is such an important industry. Also such an important industry in Niagara County. I also want to echo my colleague's earlier point. Cement, asphalt aren't crops Assembly people and senators from Queens who never set foot on the farm shouldn't be regulating agribusiness. To put things in perspective, our state government, the Department of Agriculture and Markets, tell us that the total agriculture receipts for our county in 2004 were $68.1 million. $68 million. That's the most recent figure that we have. This legislation would take $68 million bite out of our county's economy. Maybe we're a bit sensitive about the topic here in Niagara County, but Niagara County ranks 8th in the state of total crop production. Not to mention #1 in peaches, 4th in apples in the state, and one of the top national producers of cabbage. So agriculture is a very important part of our economy, and let me add, harvesting of all these crops is very labor sensitive. No one wants to deny farm workers a better life. But the day labor who seek picking and opportunities in Niagara County farms won't realize any benefits from this legislation. In fact, this bill, if it becomes law, they're liable to find fields gone, jobs gone, and there'll be parts of farming that will be gone, and there'll be no way for those families to pay their bills. I'm a farmer, as John said earlier. I know what it is to work in the fields and rush to harvest the crop before it goes to seed, or before the frost comes, or before it rains. To work from sun up to sundown, and I'm proud of it. This bill was clearly written by someone who only knowledge of farming comes from watching Green Acres on TV. So today I want to thank John Ceretto, Legislator Ceretto, for joining me in the opposition of this bill on behalf of so many of our farming neighbors. And I hope that we can count on our colleagues at the legislature on Tuesday to join with us. And right now I want to thank John for being here and being here standing beside me. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.